Howdy, folks. It's the Bright Queen. It's the Queen Sensitivity. It is Jabria, and I'm here with some fun messages. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this. I feel like it's gonna be a bit random. Yeah, I think we'll start with some cards. I've kind of like just blanked out as soon as I turn this video off. So, as is the case with me, I always consider like everything to be a message. Like the fact that I just blanked out when this video started recording, I feel like that's advice from your highest self, from your guides, from your ancestors, whoever you feel closest with, whoever you connect with, could be all of the above. But it's like, stop thinking. So recently I have been thinking a lot because I'm trying to figure out how to do something. And last night I was sitting talking to myself, talking to my guides. Is this on the right way? I don't know, maybe it's backwards. Talking to myself, talking to my guides, and they were saying, you already know what to do. Like, you already know what it is you're supposed to do. What is going on in my face? Let's scoot this up a little bit, shall we? Hold on. Yeah, they were like, you already know what it is you're supposed to be doing. Like, you already know the answer. Like, the things that I've been wanting to, or I've been thinking that I need to do, they feel like I would have to like really push through to do them. And that's not to say that you shouldn't do challenging stuff, things that challenge you, but they were telling me like, when it's time to do challenging things, you will have everything you need to do it. Like, the energy will be there. Like, you'll feel invigorated. You'll get up, you'll feel energized, and you'll just do it if it's meant to be done. But if you keep trying to do it and procrastinating against it, then it's like, that's how you know that's not what you're supposed to do. I'm gonna pull from this dragon deck I'm feeling here. We got a lot of stuff. We got candles. We got a poem that I wrote, don't know when. And we got two books, The Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins, and we got Fourth Wing, which I'm just noticing both have like birds or like winged beings on them. Yeah, and then the dragon deck. I saw an image of that Hobbit movie, The Desolation of Smaug, and I remember like when I first like saw little clips of that movie when it first came out, or I saw the trailer, and it was that Ed Sheeran song, "As the sky filled with fire and I see fire." That song. I remember I was like, oh my God, like I gotta see that movie. I don't know, like something in me was just so like drawn to that movie, and now I know it's because of the dragons, or the dragon. They don't make enough movies about dragons with dragons in them. Oddly enough, I didn't see How to Train Your Dragon. So Three of Cups came out, the live action one. I saw the other ones, but Three of Cups came out. Three of Cups, I always feel, is about teamwork, but I'm hearing this time to actually look at the details of the cards to get further messages. So it's three dragons and they're sitting on rocks. It's like they're waiting for something. They're waiting for, I'm feeling like a kind of like Frankenstein kind of moment. Like they're waiting on lightning to strike to activate their plan. And that's something that I was gonna mention today anyways in this video, because once again, I'm on like a time crunch. Usually when I make my videos, or even when I go live, I have abundance of time. Like I can film for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours if I want to. But today, just like yesterday in my live video that I made on the August 22nd, I didn't have that much time. I had a short frame of time. A short frame of time. And that's what they're telling me. I don't know. I keep getting a lot of messages about this hat. I got this hat when I was in San Antonio, and when I got this hat, I remember like going into the store thinking I wasn't gonna buy nothing because it was like a souvenir store, and I'm like, I already live in Texas. Like I've been to San Antonio before. Like it's this is not something I need to get a souvenir for, but I felt drawn to go in there, so I went in there. And then I saw this hat and I was like, I gotta get this hat. It was very intuitive, and this also came up in the message yesterday in the live. I don't know if I'm gonna make that public or not. We'll see. But it was basically like, you think your intuition is off. You think that like you're in like a, what's it called? Like a dull or withdrawn period, but you're actually very active. It's just that like, there's a precision that's required. There's a preciseness. There were so many items in there in that store to get, but I only got this hat. And then when I got towards the back, I was like, oh, this is also why I was drawn in here, because they had this huge like trove of crystals. And I'm a crystal girl. And I got the crystals, but they weren't for me. That's also been something that's been very interesting. You can notice today I'm wearing my crystal bracelets. I had stopped wearing them for a while because they would break by people pulling them off. A kid at my job pulled it off and broke one of my bracelets that I paid like $30 for. I was very upset about that, but not too much. And then my niece pulled one off and broke it. So I was like, okay, I'm not supposed to wear these. And then the other day I went and bought a crystal necklace, and I took it off and gave it to one of my friends, and it just felt like the right thing to do. So now I don't have any more. And so it's like, you're not off. You're just changing trajectories. You're on the right path. You're just in a different like section of like your path. Like you're not in the path from before. So things are gonna look different. Today I'm wearing a cowboy hat, cowboy hat. I've never done that before in my videos. I typically don't have hats to wear because no hats can fit my fucking hair. People, if you make hats, please start considering people's hair that is not of European descent. I'm a black girl. We got big hair a lot of the time. My hair can't fit in a lot of hats. It's very annoying because I like hats. I like that little eclectic little look. But anyways, I feel like this is all connected with this card. I feel like with these three dragons sitting on these rocks, like they have to rely on each other. It's like one of those like superhero movies where like you have to trust each part of yourself. This is what I'm feeling. These three dragons are just different parts of yourself. I don't know how to cut on the TV because I got to see the time. These dragons are different parts of yourself. You have to trust the different parts of yourself to follow through. Like I feel like there's this version of you that's like awake, like here in the 3D world, and then there's one that's like working somewhere else, and then there's another one that's like below working on something else. Like three in a lineup. You're here in the middle, one's above and one's below. The one below you is getting shit done in terms of like healing, transmuting, clearing out any old dormant energies that you didn't know were stuck in you. I realized there was still some stuck in me last night of I guess trauma and pain. Down below there's a nap, and then there's the one above you that's kind of like getting shit prepared for like what's to come, and then there's you here in the middle, and you gotta like trust like each part of you is gonna like come through at the right time. But yeah, the crystals I got, I ended up giving them to somebody else. The necklace that I got recently, I gave it to somebody else. The other ones broke. And I don't know why. I was like, do I want to wear these? And they were like, yes, to prove a point. But now I feel like I want to take these off. It's this feeling of like itchiness. So we'll let those be. Somebody gifted me the blue one. So yeah, that's interesting. Okay, that just dropped, okay? So we're gonna move on. They're just falling out. All right, the next one that fell out is the Eight of Swords. I love this one because it's like, you can obviously see that this person is not stuck. Typically, the Eight of Swords is like somebody that's like wrapped up. This dragon is not wrapped up, but they do have on like an eye mask. So it's like, you're not stuck. You're just blind to the fact that you're moving. Like, let's say, for example, you're in like a bullet train And the bullet train's going really fast, but you being in it in that same speed, velocity, and whatever the physics terms are, you can't feel that speed. And the only way you can know is if you like look out the window, but you are blindfolded. So you can't see that you're going so fast, you're moving, you're going places, but you are. It's like, what is this? Is it behind or before? Oh, and this is the other one that was trying to come out. It is the Lovers, bottom of the deck. I love that it's pink and purple. I feel like for some reason that's like doing it for me, the fact that it's pink and purple. They kind of look like, I don't know. All right, they're facing each other. But one of them, the purple one's like looking away, like the purple one's looking to the side. It's almost as if like it's protecting, looking to protect the pink one. So I'm gonna say both of these dragons are you, right? And like I said, there's like these different factions of yourself. And part of yourself is protecting you from something. It has been quite silent on my front in terms of like speaking to friends, or even I guess family that's friends that I usually speak to a lot. For a while now, there's been a lot of silence, and I recently like got a message from my higher self, my guides, whatever you want to call it. And they were like, the reason that you don't know is because you don't want to know. Like, you don't want to know what they're like, what's happening, and like what they're protecting you from. So that's also a message, that you're being protected. All right, I'm gonna read this poem because I feel like it's time now. When I read this yesterday, I was like, I should have stopped it. I'm a huge critic of my work. I typically never feel like it's good enough. But I feel like in that same breath, that's kind of like also what encourages me to make more art, is because I feel like I can always like write something better. I can always create something better. But yeah, it was so interesting because, just a little preface, when I was reading this yesterday, I was like, I didn't even know I knew these words. That's how you know these things be like a channel message. I remember writing this and being like, what is this? What does this word mean? And I had to go look it up. And it was also interesting how this, like, why did I print out this one? I don't know. I don't remember why I printed it out, because I have thousands of poems in books, in the notes on my phone, some that I have lost, written on napkins and shit, random pieces of paper. Why did I print this one? And then also, I didn't know where this one was. My mother found this in the closet she cleaned out and like left it on my dresser, so it must be important. Anyways, it's called Love Makes the Sea Soft. It's by Jabria, it's by me. Let's do it. Love makes the sea soft. Innocence makes her fertile. Plant life makes her music, and she thanks it with a wave. Her tightropes were brittle, trying to make it to your shore. Every time she kissed you, you welcomed her back for more. Love comes in the sea's silence, just before it crashes again. Right after the heartbreak, you are rushing to bring its mend. Her fires were bright, beneath and above. Her frights reached heights greater than her knowledge of love. Love was a mindless treat. Love was a mindless threat, cast out like an illegal line. High in her hopeless hands, she mangled a catch that turned her blind. Little in her sea cave, she retreats, she flees. Broken like the ink on her walls, the more she bites, she bleeds. Love was a battle cry made by illegitimate pirates. In their sinking ships they came sailing, holding forbidden papers, passed by juries unveiled. Bigger than the sea, her sea came, the blitheness of fear, dreadful as a crook's name. It cradled her tongue with cheer. Never in a lover's life did the sea foresee this. A viperless shore drawing near. She thought you were the shore because you were so gathering. She thought you were betrayal because you weren't battling. She thought you were the shore because you seemed to part from thrall. She thought you were the shore because her rise begets your falls. But love makes the sea soft and turns her gilded heat. And she thinks you the shore because you made the coast weak. But a fault line here bruise and mask her assumptions wink. You cannot be the shore because with her you do not sink. Sodium makes this hue, and it is not the sea's mix. If love makes the sea soft, salt makes her a witch. Yes, we're gonna leave it at that because there's like a little other part, but I don't like it. But in here, I just realized like it's connected to stuff I said. Like I said, the beneath and above. I mentioned I see fire. It says here her fires were bright. I mentioned the blindness. Like it's all in here. It's so beautiful how like things just line up. And this is also like connected to I think something I've said before, but I'll say it again. If you have been manifesting something and it's not coming to fruition, or you're not seeing signs of it coming into fruition, there's a reason why. Like, it's not because you aren't a powerful manifester. It could be divine timing, like it's gonna be better at a certain time, or it could be you're protecting yourself from something, like ultimately it's you. Because I just felt like I needed to light a candle for this one, so I have this candle lit. Oh, it's peaches. I wrote a song, the last song that I wrote is called Sweet Peaches. I love it. I feel like it's not getting enough love. I need to like, I don't know. But anyways, the day I got this candle, I was at work and I was talking to my friend because she was asking me how to manifest. And I was telling her like, whatever you want, like want it, like visualize yourself like having it, and like get into the details of it, especially how you feel having it, and then release it. And you have to genuinely become okay with not having it. Like you have to free it and become comfortable without it. And I usually do that one for like specific things. I feel like there's no one way to like manifest. I feel like whatever the will of your soul is to be, that's what it is. But anyways, and that day I remember like, I think I gave her an example of like, let's say you want a candle. Like, I want a candle, I want it so bad, like feel yourself how it smells, and then just let it go. And I got home that day and my mother had bought a bag of like 8 candles. And she was like, you want some? Like, you want some candles? They were like on sale today. I got you some. And I was just like, I took a picture and I sent it to my friend. I was like, bitch, it's the fucking candles. And I didn't call her a bitch, so. I was like, girl, it's the fucking candles. I don't know, there's this little heart here. I feel like that's interesting. Maybe somebody has like a heart tattoo or yin yang tattoo. But yeah, we're gonna keep on trucking. I want to use this other deck that I got. Just because I want to do something doesn't mean I will. All right, hold on, let me get this together. So I want to talk a little bit about like disobedience and like versus obedience. It's something that I've been thinking about a lot. I remember, oh my gosh, I had like the best professors in college. Not all of them, but like the ones like that I got that were the best, I was like, I can't believe these people exist. It's like, they were like people you see in movies and you hope that the college experience is like with them, because they push you to think, not to follow rules. And I remember I took this course called Cultural Anthropology, and I'll never forget her name because she drilled it into us that her name was Professor Farfan Santos. Pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. She was a fucking radical. First day we came in and we sat down in our seats, and she asked us, she said, why didn't you sit up here on like the little stage she was on? Like, why did you come in and sit in the seat that you sat in? And she was like, it's because like you got, like they trained you from a young age. You come into a classroom, you sit there and you wait to obey. You wait for instructions, you wait for somebody else to tell you what to do. And throughout the course, she was always about that. None of the work was like traditional college work. It was all about talking to people, having deep conversations. She literally like gave us the answers to the final exam, and it was very simple. She was like, what's the one thing that I wanted you to remember from this course? That she would say throughout the entirety of the course. And it was this. She always would say, there is no such thing as objectivity. There is no such thing as objectivity. There is no such thing as objectivity. And if you think about it, and I guess in like the context of what I say, it's this idea that everything is alive, and everything is alive because we make it so, because we are life, we are creator. And I feel like at this point, I want to share something. So there's this video or this live that I made the other day. I'm forgetting what it's called, but I found this black feather on the ground while I was outside talking. And I was talking about how I'd just been to Hobby Lobby and how I felt that it was time for me to paint. So I did paint, and I'm gonna show you my painting, what I made. The feeling that I had while I was painting, it was almost exactly how Allie from The Notebook had described it. She was like, I have all these thoughts bouncing around in my head, but when I'm painting, like everything, the world goes quiet. And when I was painting, that's what happened. It was like my therapy that week. As I processed everything, the triggering, the trauma, I would paint, and I just do it from like just basic instinct. What felt right. And that's what happened at the start of this video. I kind of just blanked. And so like, I feel like that's just super important. It's not about knowing even, it's about being. I said this before in my How I Changed My Life video, that knowledge without application is futile. Like, it needs life behind it. You could have the world's like best, most fine-tuned supercomputer, right? With all these applications, all these things it's able to do. But if there's no you to press start, to turn it on, to use it, if there's no world to apply it to, it's just some fucking parts. It's you, it's us. So yeah, I'm gonna show you. I call this the wheel. It's so pretty. Just let that see here. Don't steal my shit. But the reason I call this the wheel is because I was thinking about a name, or not really, thinking about a name or not really to name it. And I had went downstairs for some, I don't know. And my stepdad, he was on the phone, and he was like, I wrote it till the wheels fell off. And the wheel fell off. To someone on the phone. He said, I wrote it till the wheels fell off, and the wheel fell off. Like, it went down. And I just felt like that was a good name for a song. And so, and it could still be the name of a song, but I wanted to name this The Wheel. I feel like it represents like that week or the time that I spent painting this, when like I just had like these realizations that like I didn't want certain things, or like I didn't agree with certain things. And that's where we connect back to this idea of like disobedience. Like I was just saying about my professor, Farm Fetzatos, about not being so obedient, like not being the cog in the wheel, you know, that whole thing. And that's what I've been doing. And that's why I've been doing a lot of thinking. And my guys are like, you don't need to think, you already know. Let me just give you like this example. And this is how I live my life as compared to other people. Other people have strengths in other areas. My areas of strength, I feel, will always be more like intuitive. I do a lot of the things that probably everything I do is based off of how I feel, how like this inside gut feeling, how does it make me feel? How is my soul reacting to something? I'll never forget like the little saying that I heard from Minx Diva, although she's certainly not the first person to say this, but I remember it from her saying it, where she was like, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. And that's typically how I live my life, the feelings of it. And so like, let's say that there's this club that you are thinking of joining, and the moment that you like join this club that you've always wanted to join, and you get, you know, in it, you do the little pledges or oaths or whatever, and you start getting the benefits from it. But there's something in you that's just nagging you. It's just like, there's just something wrong. It's something that's nagging you, telling you that there's something not right. What I have been trying to do is to go through the documents, to go through the papers and go through the binders and the folders to find what it is, to find proof that I can hand to the people and say, look, this is what's wrong. I knew it. My intuition was telling me, and here's the actual physical proof of it, right? And I feel like what my guides have been telling me is like, you don't need to have the proof. You are the pudding, right? You don't, like, your intuition telling you is proof enough that there's something wrong. I went and saw this movie yesterday called Honey Don't. Movies a lot of the times are like these huge like intuitive hits or downloads. I get a lot of messages from movies and films, and it was about this PI, this private investigator, and there was this guy, of course, that came to her, and he was like, my husband's cheating on me. Like, I feel like my husband's cheating on me. Like, I need you to like see if it's true. And she was like, look, I'm going to tell you what I tell all my clients. You're here. He's probably cheating on you. Like, the fact that you're here, something was alerting you inside, or something that you picked up, you know, subconsciously, that's telling you he is cheating on you. So we don't need to waste any time. You and I both know it's already true. You don't need to pay me $100 an hour for me to do this work to find the evidence that you already know. And I feel like that was a direct message for me. Like, I've been looking for the evidence, and it's like, why? You already know. It's like, there was this guy that I used to listen to as well called Miles Monroe, and I remember him saying that he saw this protest one time of like, I think a women's protest, and they were like banging on the doors of some place, and they were like, give us our rights, give us our rights. And he was like incredulous, or like bamboozled, or curious as to why they were doing that. And I was like, what? Like, why is he anti-feminist? You know, all these things at the time. And he was like, I couldn't understand why they were asking for their rights for people who didn't even have the right to take them away in the first place. Like, your rights are your rights. Like, there's nobody that grants them to you. So like, you even going to ask somebody else for them, like, proves that you've given your power away for them to have them. I hope what I'm saying is making sense. Or saying to put this back up here. I know it looks like one of those like angels that people say they see. I did not intend for this to turn out this way at all. I really didn't. What happened, I looked up like line paintings, like black line paintings, and I saw something similar to this. And I literally just went from there, and it just felt right to make these kind of like eyeball looking things. And it does remind me of like the giant, I'm guessing angels, or I think it was one time, or I guess a few times that I've seen, but they always have just one giant eye, the ones I see. What's so interesting about them is that like whenever I have these experiences where I see them, they never scare me. It's always because like I'm connected to them, like I can feel them. Perhaps they are a version of me that I'm being introduced to. But they don't scare me. I feel like only here, if you saw one like pop up right here, would it scare you? Like, but like when I'm having these experiences, I guess because I'm like more in tune with like my soul. I know there's nothing they can do and nothing they would do to me. So I don't. Anyways, I felt to pull that over while I pull this. It says owl messenger. And now I'm feeling like this is why it makes more sense now. Because I feel like there's a message from an angel or you. And it's certainly a winged being. Because like I said with the books earlier, the fourth wing and Mockingjay, they were both winged creatures, and now here we have this owl coming in as a messenger. And I just heard like maybe the reason like the ones that look like this, like they don't have wings, is because like they're not traveling like physically, like in like a 3D like physical kind of way. They travel through sound and vibration. And it looks like this, like it's a frequency. All right. There's a message. I'm gonna pull one more card. They're saying there's something fun the other day. All right, what's the message? Okay. Yeah, we have Blue Moon. Ain't this what I was saying earlier in that dragon deck when I said like there's a rarity that has to take place in a certain window, like Frankenstein, like it has to be, it's a certain time when something will align and the lighting will strike and then go from there. And then this is the blue moon, like once every blue moon, like something that's a rarity, something that rarely happens. Today is August 23rd, 2025. And today there is a new moon that is a rarity. Like it's not, from what I was reading online, and reading online, they don't know anything. But what they were saying online is that the reason this one is special is because like it's not supposed to be here. Like it doesn't go along to the regular pattern like of the moon phases is what I was reading. And that goes into the message that I was talking about, like being disobedient, not going according to like the wave. I do this all the time, but I feel like I still don't do it to the extent that I want to, that I intuitively feel like I'm supposed to, or needing to, like go to the beat of my own drum. Because I feel like I'm still kind of like trying to wait for people. I'm still kind of like slowing myself down. Time is 10:44 in order for people to like catch up, but also for my own sake, so I don't like become alone. I have this fear that if I go too fast past people, then I'll be alone. And like I don't want to be past people. I don't want to know things that people don't know. I don't want to be aware of things that people aren't aware of. But your place is your place. Your path is your path. And it'll never be unlawful or unjust to be where you are meant to be. Anyways, I feel like it's time now to get some quotes. I'm gonna get a quote from Fourth Wing. I do not like this book series. I want to start with that. I got it because I thought I would like it because it has dragons in it. And then I got to the second book, which is the Iron Flame, and it was more of this shit, the same shit. And the Iron Flame was so triggering. I would sit there and like read like a section and I would cry. I honestly never finished it. It was so triggering for me. And the reason why was because the masculine in this book was like showing up like in such a physical way for the feminine in the book, like so like claiming of her in this very like, I guess, macho kind of way. And I had never had that, especially in the connection that I was comparing to this one. That was strongly not present. Like there was this huge insistence upon like, you're not mine, we are not together, I barely know you. Even though there was like a lot that was connecting me and this other person. It was very gaslighting, that's the word. It was very gaslighting. It was like, we're this, but then we're not. It would be this back and forth. And then the male in the Iron Flame was very consistent and insistent in that, and like very supportive and like public about the relationship between him and the feminine in the book series. I don't think this one was that bad. The second one I strongly dislike. I think I threw it away in Hong Kong in the trash can because I didn't have any room for it in my luggage. But anyways, we're here, so I'm gonna find a quote. What is the message? Okay. This one, it says, "The crowd wasn't polarized. They were all for it. I was there. You were torn. In fact, you begged at Tara not to kill her, damn well knowing she'd just come after you again. The point was still debatable. Fine, but let's not pretend you didn't do most of that for yourself. It would be inconvenient for you if I died," I shrug, blatantly poking at him to help ignore the rising tide of lust thundering through me. He stares at me with disbelief. "You know what? We're not fighting tonight. Not if you want to learn how to shield. Fine, we're not fighting. Teach me." I tilt my chin. Gods, I could barely reach his collarbone. "Ask me nicely," he leans closer. "Have you always been this tall?" I blurt the first thing that comes to mind. "No, I was a child at some point." I roll my eyes. "Ask me nicely, violence," he whispers, "or I'm gone." I can feel Tara at the edge of my mind, his emotions ebbing and flowing, and know the next wave is going to hit hard. How freaking long can those two possibly take? How often is it like this with them? Okay, so this is a scene where basically the two humans, their dragons that they're connected to are mating, and they're feeling the energy, the emotions of their dragons mating. So I feel like maybe that's happening for some people. Maybe there's, like I was saying earlier, maybe it's literal about there being like different parts of you, one above, one you that's here, and one below, or it could be the one to like the yin yang, one here, one there, parts of you. But maybe perhaps a different part of you that you're not accessing right now, or remembering right now, is mating or is experiencing something as intense as mating or something like that, and you are feeling this energy and you don't know what to do with it, and like there's like this, when I said like this blankness, the TV went back off because it's on a timer. I forgot how to turn that off. With the blankness, it's like, because there's another, like your energy is being occupied like in a different way. I don't know how to explain this, and I feel like I'm not saying it the right way. I feel like I'm not hitting the nail on the head. Okay, what I'm hearing, what I'm feeling now is the correct way to say it, is that it feels like your future self is experiencing something so powerful. It's like it's so close to you that you're already feeling like the heat off of it. And that's why it's important to be present and to like not force the thoughts. Cause like your thoughts, you just need to be open right now. You need to be open. Don't try to like manifest something like super specific right now, because there's something that your higher self, your guides, your friends, your family, whatever, there's something that's already planned. The contract card came out, and it's the same like with this contract with the dragons, like they're tied together, their souls are tied. There's something happening in the near future that you're already feeling the heat wafting off of, that they've created for you, that you're gonna love, that you asked for. And so right now, you need to be and to trust. Be and trust that like when it's time for you to do certain things, you will just do it. When it's time for you to be in certain places, you will be there. You are not lost. You are mapping. That's what I just heard. All right. They want me to, they're saying like there's like a funny, like fun, almost kind of kinky message that's coming from these cards. So this deck is the Gothic Oracle book by Anna Stokes. Yeah, and then this is the same Gothic Tarot by Anna Stokes, same person. Oh, look at that. Three of Pentacles and like the title card. So it's like, with this title card being there, like this is the one that's like the image of the book itself, right? It's just a card. They're telling me like I said, this event that's here, it's basically here, is the one you've waited for your whole life. It's like the big thing. You know, like how like you go to see a movie and it's for like that one scene, like for example, The Notebook. It's for that one scene where she's like, why didn't you write me? Why didn't you write me? Like, I waited for you for months, for years. Like, I cried myself to sleep every night. Like, why didn't you write for me? If you would have done, though, if you would have written, maybe it would have been over. Like, maybe we could have been together. And Noah's like, I wrote you 365 days. And she goes, and he's like, I wrote you every day for a year. It wasn't over for me. It still isn't over. And he like rams his mouth into hers. Like, that's the reason you watch the movie, for that one fucking scene. If you think about this life as a movie, this is the one fucking scene, the one fucking event, collision. It's very aligned. It's like a divine lightning fucking strike. The title page. The thing that makes you open the book, the thing that makes you go see the movie, that this is what's happening. That's why all the giggles, the guides, the friends, the counterparts, they were like giggling. They were very cheeky about me getting this deck. I was like, what is going on? They do this with me sometimes. And I'm like, why are y'all so excited? I'm not even this excited about this person. Like, why are you so excited about this person? They're always so excited about this one person. They always get like super, like, if you like have those moments where like you randomly have like these energy shifts where like you don't know why, but everything that you were worried about, yeah, Queen of Cups, kind of just like melt away, and you're like in a giggly fit, or like just like blushing like a bride, or blushing like a groom, like just like like those types of feelings. This person, because it's a person, like the event is like with a person. This is what's happening. You can think of it as like the event isn't for them, but it's like it's with them. And it's not about them, it's about you. Everything in your life is about you. So don't be disempowering. Don't take what I'm saying. It's like anything to be disempowering. Always empowering are my messages. But it's like, I described it like this the other day to myself. It's like you two were like sent on a scavenger hunt in this life. You don't know what the scavenger hunt leads to. You don't know how long it's gonna take. There's a lot of paths where like you get riddles you don't know how to solve. Just a lot of like strange things, but you keep going because there's this pull. You just want to go in this direction. You can think of it of like the movie Onward, or The Alchemist, I'm pretty sure, but like you just know to keep going, and like somehow you solve riddles, and like you get exhausted at some points, you want to give up, but you always get back up. And I feel like this kind of last stretch, the instructions on like the riddle you got were like, stand up and walk until you find it. They don't say in which direction. They don't give you any kind of like landmarks to go by. They say stand up and walk till you find it. And so like that's this part. And like all the thinking, all the thoughts, all the plotting, all the planning, it gets in the way of like the clarity. There are things, as I've said throughout this video, you already know what to do. You already know where to go. Guess why? Because you've been there before. Because you planned this out. Because you made this fucking area. You made this land. You designed it. So there's something in you, however far back, however trapped behind memory, that just knows where to go. And like I said, you don't know what the treasure is. And you both get there. X marks the spot. And you realize, like, it's the zing between the two people. It's the zing. It's the zing. It's the zing. Wheel of Fortune. Remember I talked about the wheel? And then you have Ten of Swords. So this experience is coming from, I feel like, a death. And it's like, it's not just like, I feel like a typical death. I feel like what I've been experiencing is like a long, kind of drawn out, kind of like clearing. I'm hearing it's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming, but it's you and me. That's my whole world. They whisper in the hallway, she's a bad, bad girl. Okay. The whole school is rolling fake dice. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. It's you and me, there's nothing like this. Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince. No way. Yeah, Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince. There's definitely something here with two. And I feel like you've both kind of been going through like this death process, even though this isn't the death card. They love to do that. It wants to land underneath this Ten of Cups. It's not the death card, but it is like a form of like dying or letting the decay go, rather. I feel like that's the distinguisher. It's not really so much death, it's letting what was dead go. Like I said before, like maybe you've been feeling like you're just, I don't know what to do. Why is this new thing happening? I don't, just different things. And it's like you're not off path, you're just in a different area. And what I thought about when I saw that was that scene in Shrek 2 where they're going to never, ever after or something like that, which is like Hollywood. And the whole time Donkey's like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? And then, oh no, it's called like Far, Far Away. And Shrek is like, it's called Far, Far Away. Like, of course it's gonna take a long time to get there. And he just goes, Donkey goes on and on and on and on and on talking. Like, that's what I'm saying, like the thinking, you're making this just drag out with the thinking. Just sit, just be quiet, just trust that it's gonna reveal itself. And finally, like when they get there, Donkey's like, are we there yet? And Fiona, Princess Fiona, which that name is important, she goes, yes. And like it reveals like this whole different scene. Like the whole time it's kind of been like very barren, very empty. They went through a cold area at one point, like freezing cold, and which is very empty, not a lot of people. And finally they get there and there's this huge city, this huge town with a lot of people, a lot of places. That's how this feels. It's like that long journey of, it's like isolation, not a lot of people around, letting go of like the past that was already buried, long gone. And it's very emotional. It's in the heart space. A lot of emotional baggage I'm feeling. Okay, I don't feel like I need to read Mockingjay. I think we will let it be. I feel like the closing message is to enjoy your fucking day. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your day. Don't be so hard on yourself. You're not in the wrong place at the wrong time. You haven't missed something. You're not being lazy. You're perfect. You are loved. Love upon yourself. Give yourself a fucking break, especially mentally. And whatever is bothering you, let it be, and it'll find its way out on its own. Don't devilize yourself, demonize yourself. Let it be. All right. Leave a comment if you want to. Let it be sweet. Let it be honest. Let it be genuine. Thank you so much for people that watch my videos. I'm grateful for you. Thank you for watching my lives. The way I am is with intention. I'll see you later.